Hello everyone, this is Ali Reza. After finally decoupling all the things properly, we are ready to draw our inputs. So for drawing our inputs, I will make another partial class. So a class, and this one is called node schema inputs. Okay, and of course I will move this guy here. It's again that public partial node schema. And I want to draw my inputs. So Control C, and here I will say protected virtual draw inputs that accepts, and it's void by the way, that accepts an event. So event inside Unity engine event. Now this guy, we check if, well, before I tell you what's going on, before I write the code, I need to draw stuff for you. And yips, tons of folders open from my constant testing. Okay, mischief. No. Paper, blah, blah. Darker color, okay. Now, when we have our, where's my mouse? Okay, when we have our node, we have something like this right now. This is our node, okay? And below the node, I am, oh, come on, okay. I am drawing something like this. I will draw it like this. Basically, it's a bit, oh no, I didn't want to do that. Okay, back to pencil. I will draw something like this. Okay, and in here I will check if my well, this is outputs, sorry, the inputs. Hopefully I can draw it better, a tad bit better. So I will check how many inputs I have. If I have only one input, then I want it to be dead center. But if it's more than one, then I will do this. I will effectively get this beveled area outside the calculation. Then I will divide this section into equal numbers and start drawing my nodes there in equal distance. And of course, there's a little bit distance from here, just like this one. Okay? So the calculation, the math may look crazy here, but it's not that crazy. I found it by try and error, by the way. And the reason I'm making it protected virtual is that, for example, my vector tree has 3 inputs and 3 outputs. Actually, not 3 inputs, just 3 outputs, okay? So when I'm drawing my vector tree, I want to draw something like this. Instead of putting 3 nodes equal, 3 outputs equal distant, I want to draw 3 inputs, 3 outputs, sorry, closer to each other, and then one to the side of it. This one will send out a vector tree. Then this guy is sending out the X, this guy is sending out the Y, this guy is sending out the Z. So I want to be able to override my default drawing based on the node that I'm drawing if I need to. And that is why it's protected virtual. So That being said, no. Let's get busy with the coding, shall we? So, the base node will put the inputs and outputs equals distance. So I will check if inputs does not equal to null and inputs dot any, then we do stuff. The stuff that we, and I think, yeah, that's it. So I will reverse it and say equals null or not inputs any. Then we simply return. We don't have any job to do. Okay? After that, we want some stuff. We say GUI.box new rect node rect.x plus 6 pixels in node rect.y minus 11 pixels. Remember, we had that 11 boulders, 24 by 11, sorry. No text and node scheme dot get style of node connection background upper left. I don't have it. So I will come back here. I will say style equals to new style object initializer name equals to this. And then we say styles that add a style our style. By the way, I'm doing it on dark skin only. If you look, if you want the light skin, you just copy paste the whole thing. Just the graphics that we put inside resources will change. So the rest is the same. And I will put this guy here. So after drawing this guy, I need another one. And this one is plus node rect.width minus 30. Y is the same. These guys are the same. But this guy becomes upper right. So I know that I need to duplicate this code, paste it, and make it upper right. Then, we need another one that calls back center, and it is basically plus 30 minus that, and the width now becomes minus 60. So this is the centerpiece, and yeah, I need to basically copy this guy, paste it, change the name to C. Okay, without going any farther forward, I need to add these images there. So add resource, existing file, inside my R&D, this guy, here, resources, and I will import all of them if I find them up to here, import, save, and these are node back connection, and I have a light version here, so why not? I will keep them and go to properties and embed resources. Don't forget this section. Okay, so if I now build my solution, going back to Unity so that it imports my, come on, show yourself, okay, my graph editor, Do I have anything? No. So I will create one. And I will create a test. Now, the test had that editor stuff. It had the outputs, I think. Am I wrong? My test schema. Where is that test schema? Nodes, test. It has one output and one input. Well, let's make input more than one. 3 of them. Then here inside my inputs. If it's null, well, it's not null. Inputs any. We have inputs. Then we should do this. Oh, wow. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. The thing is that I added the resource there. I didn't add the resources here. So 1, 2, 3. And in my GUI styles, if I find my stuff inside my GUI styles, the upper left has a normal equals to background equals to resource. Remember, now I have this one dot node back connection UL, and I don't have it yet. Text color equals to graphic utility utils dot color from that 193 193 193 39. After this, we will have a border new rect offset of 1, 1, 1, 1. Then we have font size equals to 18, although I'm not using it. Alignment equals to upper center. And stretch width equals to true. So I will just copy this part, paste it here. And what did I miss? Okay. That. The only section that is changing it, this is upper right. And finally, for the center, I have the whole thing again, and this is center. Okay. Now I need to add these guys. So inside my resource, upper left, upper right, and center. And if you pay attention, I'm sticking to my naming everywhere so that I can easily copy paste it. The name of the file, the name of the style, the name of the resource are all the same. And finally, upper left. Okay? And that's it. Let's build it again and come back to Unity. Now I should say see the inputs. I should. Connection upper left PNG. Oh, I did build. Ah, here we go. That's the problem. I didn't stick to the naming. I lied. So node back connection. And it has S. Be careful about your names. Yep. Build. Come back to Unity. And create another test for me. And I'm not seeing the inputs. Why is that? I should. And let's comment this guy. I'm not sure if it's causing the issue, although it shouldn't. No, it's not showing up. So what's going on here? Did I forgot to uncomment that line? No, I'm drawing the inputs. And actually, I know that I'm drawing the inputs here. GUI.box, no direct. Although I'm fairly sure I named them correctly. Yeah, I named them correctly. Properties, yeah, it's empty, embedded in resource. I have the resource, I'm calling the resource here, and I have the node scheme. So why are you not showing up? Debug.log, blah. And I'm constantly getting it. So if I uncomment this line, that's not the problem here. Did I mess up my stuff? Node rect plus 6. Y minus 11, 24, 11. Node x plus width minus 30, minus 11, 24, 11, plus 30, minus 11, minus 60, and 11. Well, let's delete the graph. Missing reference exception. Why is that? Come on. Okay, where is that? Node schema draw GUI. Oh, yep. You know what's going on? This is what's going on. Inside our utility, graph utils, when we are deleting the graph, no, actually that's all we are doing, am I not? When I'm deleting the graph. No, that's all the thing I'm doing. Ah, here we go. That's it. I forgot to fix this guy. Yeah. Okay, so here we are deleting the main graph, so from common dot resource dot runtime path, and I know that that's wrong file, so common dot resource dot editor path plus that. But here, if you recall, we had some things to add on top. This part. So I will go with this convention again, so that at any time if I get messed up, I won't be ruined. And we need this part here. Yeah, basically. There we go. And the editor path is again wrong, I think. Or no, it's correct. Okay. So build, will you, and come back. And yeah, I damn it know. Okay. There is no way to handle this now. Whenever this happens, there is only one solution, and that is, I hope it's like that. No. B. Pause, node graph. Alt F4. There we go. And Alt B, node graph. So I reloaded my graph again. I will delete this, and this is deleted, so I will create a new node graph. I will create a node. There we go. Now we are seeing that stuff, but it's totally misplaced. I can tell it right now. But let's see if my deletion works now. And it works. Okay, so I was referring to bad stuff. So test. Let's see why it's not working here. So the left side is right. The right side is right. What we are missing is the center part. And the center part, I thought I got it correct. The center part is noderect.x plus 30, comma, noderect.y minus 11. Ah, there we go. Noderect.width minus 60. Build. Come back. And there we go. So we are drawing our top border for our node. Now it comes for the inputs. Finally. Now, for the inputs, as I said, we will differ based on how many we have. So inputs that count is greater than 1. If we have greater than 1, do one way, otherwise do the other way. Let me first finish the other way because it's easier to understand. We say inputs of 0 dot position equals to new vector2 of noderect.x plus noderect.width divided by 2, comma, noderect.y minus 3. This is the position of the center of the input. Okay. Then we say bool parent node selected equals to false. Then we say if inputs of 0 dot parent node dot no, parent node does not equals to null, and inputs of 0 dot, I have something that I didn't implement yet, any parent. So if that input has anything inside its list, then we check if inputs of 0 dot parents actually, parent node, no, dot, and yeah, that's another thing that I didn't implement. Or did I change the name? Any t goes into the condition of, and I said t goes into the and lower t, thank you, goes into the condition of t that is selected, and the errors are because I don't have this parent node right now. Then we say parent node selected equals to true. Now, let me debug why I have this parent node here and I don't have it here. Inside IO inputs. I called it parents. Okay, so that's why. Where's that? Inputs. So parents that any is selected. Now what's going on here is that I'm developing this graph in the situation that each input can get connected to multiple outputs, and each output can be connected to multiple inputs if we want to. If we don't want it to happen, then that's it. So for example here, I'm checking the index 0 because I know that, hey, I have only one input. So I'm saying that, hey, if it has parents, and if those parent list has anything, then loop through those parents and see if any of that parents are selected by me by clicking. Okay? That's what I'm doing here. So back to drawing my, where was I? Okay. Then we say if GUI.button. So we are drawing a button inside there. And we say new rect of inputs 0 dot position dot x. Remember, this is the center, so I will move to the right. Inputs 0 dot position dot y minus 7 and 10 by 10. The text is nothing. Now, for the style, I will say inputs 0 dot is occupied. Am I occupied or not myself? If that's the case, then I will check is selected or inputs of 0 dot parents does not equal to null and parent node selected. Okay? If that's the case, I will select node scheme dot get a style of node connection active. Otherwise, I select node scheme dot get a style of node connection, and I forgot the node connection occupied. If this is not the case, so if I'm not selected and none of my parents are selected and I'm not occupied. Basically, sorry, I'm saying if I'm not occupied. So what was I doing was asking, am I occupied? If I'm occupied, then I check if myself is selected on any of my parents selected, then I draw the occupation as active. If nothing is selected, then just draw the occupied graphic. Now, if I'm not occupied, then I don't care about selection. I just say node scheme dot get a style of node connection normal. So I'm not checking the selection here, okay, at all. Then if this button is hit, right now I just draw the button. This is just getting one style based on many conditions. So if the button is clicked, then we check if event.button equals to 1 means equals to 0 means that we are left clicked, and parent graph dot wants connection. And we will talk about this later, but if that's the case, then finalize connection on the input of index of 0. Else, if event.button equals to 1, so means that I right clicked on an input, then we say connection button equals to inputs of 0. Then I will say node work view, and I don't have it here, huh? Oh, damn it. Okay, what I want to do is hide the cursor. Actually, equals to false. Then I will say cursor dot visible equals to true, and I will have a process context menu here. This will be responsible of breaking the connections, okay? So when I'm left clicking, I'm connecting the stuff. If I right click on the input or output, I want to break the connection there. I want to show a menu there. Now for this guy, we want to get an instance on node work view. And guess what? We had done it before. So if I go to my GraphUtils down here, you see this? We had done it before. So Control C. But now I want to be a bit more involved because no, actually I can compensate for it. Work view, open it. Okay, so draw inputting, no, not node input schema. Where am I? Here. Okay. So I will add the same stuff here. Import the namespace for that. So I will say work view equals to get type of graph work view. The namespace is this. Now, on the work view, I have an instance. On that instance, I have a property called hide cursor, remember, and I want to send it to false. Set it to false, and this will work. You see how useful those things can become, reflection utils? Now, we have things to implement. One of them is any parent. Another one is finalize connection. Another one is processing the event. Right now, I will just say debug.log finalize connection, and I will add this guy later. So I will comment this guy. What I only need is this any parent, and any parent actually is very simple stuff sitting inside my node input schema. So IO node input schema. I have some helper methods. One of them is this public bool any parent. This just checks return parents.any. Simple as that. Okay? So if everything works well, I need to go into my test node schema and just say that I have only one input right now. Okay? If everything works, if I build this solution, come back to Unity, right now this guy has 3 node inputs, so it won't show up. But if I create a test and unable to find node style, so I forgot to add the node styles. Funny. Okay. I need to add 1, 2, 3 node styles. So Control C. I will put a little space on top because we have something for the lower left and there. 1, 2, 3. And the first one is this. The second one is this. The third one is this. There. Now, inside my GUI styles, node connection active uses node back, node back, and I hate it. Why did I do it like this? Node back. There we go. Don't mind me. I'm just renaming my variables. My OCD kicks in sometimes. So the active one is node back connections active. And the reason I had that problem, I think, yeah, I said that I was consistent on namings. That was why I forgot a C at the S here. There we go. So we have node back connections active. We have what did I name the other ones? Node connection normal. So node connection normal and node connection occupied. Of course, my other thing is stupid here, but let's go into our resource. I have 3 more to add down the road, and one of them is active. One of them is connection occupied. And one of them is connection normal. Basically. Now, I need to import my resources. So that's the bad stuff. Yeah, I think I named them very badly. Node back normal. Wait, what? Oh, I'm using this guy repeatedly for node connection normal. Interesting. Okay. For the occupied node out active, and I don't have it. Okay. I'm double checking my notes there. Okay. So I need 2 more resources to be added. Basically, I'm reusing this node back normal for my connection normal. So inside here, Alt Enter, add resources, existing file. One that I want is node back connection active, such a name. Node back connection active. I have the light version, but I don't want that. And the other one would be, come on, work my brain. Node out active, such a naming. Node out active. Save. Now I come back here, so we have node back connection. Well, I know this guy needs to be embedded, and right now I need to change its name, so go back to resource. This is the occupied one. I will put it here and rename this guy to the same stuff there. And node back connection blah. It was node back connection active, if I can find it. There we go. So that to paste and always okay, embed resources. Okay, build. We have errors. Light PNG. What the what? What? Rare. My GUI styles, basically. I think it's here. No. Where is that? Select everything, and now it's embedded resources. It will save. Let's get a bit easier to read everything. Yeah. What's your problem now? What? Why did I choose active light? Add resource. No, I need this guy. Open. Control C and can I rename it? I can rename it here, but occupied is this. that dot png and invalid resources blah 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 blah. Okay, Control Z, save. And now, can I please do it here? A file or folder with the name already exists. Yeah, I know. Okay, it means I have duplication somewhere. That's that. Please behave. And now you don't have it. Delete. Delete. What's wrong with you? I had done it thousands of times. Open. Before saving, I will come back. I'm getting a very stupid error here, honestly. So delete this guy, save, add the file. I'm not sure why it's happening like this. Was it? Yep. Open, save, close U, rename U. Can you do that for me now? Oh, that's the case. Okay, I see. So you need to close that. Oh, invalid regex file. What is this part? Okay, to hell with you. Manually editing our regex. Will you be happy now? For some stupid reason, it wasn't working. Okay. And clear. And what now? Node connection normal in what? Come on. What are you there? It's one of those conditions. Okay. Delete the graph. Yes. Clear. Create a graph. Law. Create a test. And now we are seeing it. Okay. So this is in middle center. For the bordering, because the other stuff is the same. Yeah, bordering is 111 actually. So I think we are golden there. Yep. Everything else is the same. Good. So now, what if my finally test node schema has more than one output? More than one input, sorry. If I build it now, you will see that suddenly, if I create it, I won't see that bad position. I won't see that output anymore because, sorry, the input, because now the inputs are basically more than one. And where are you from? General inputs. Where I'm doing that debug crazy thing. Yeah, here. Okay, so what I want to do is almost the same stuff that I had done right now. But we are going for a for loop. So for I and inputs that count. Okay? Now I can copy paste the whole thing. That was why I started with 0. There. Refactor it. And yeah, refactor everything. Thank you. So now from the start, we will say inputs of I position equals to, first we say I multiplied by node rect X, and this whole thing will change. Node rect, sorry, not X, width minus 46 divided by inputs.count minus 1 plus node rect dot X plus 22. The Y is the same. Now, parents, simply replace 0 with I. This condition is the same. This part is also the same, only changing the zeros to I. And this thing is almost the same, just changing these guys to I. And the rest is the same, we're just sending the I inside these guys, okay? So that's it, believe it or not. Let's build it, and let's come back to Unity, and you will see that I will have 3 equally distanced inputs in my T here and T here. It's a bit hard to see it in this view because of my GUI stuff, but yeah, basically I have 3 empty slots here. This one has 1 input, so it's showing it like that, but this guy has 3 inputs, so I'm seeing it properly here. Now, we are almost finished with our draw inputs, except we have 2 things to implement later, and that's for later, okay? So I will put a to-do here. Uncomment stuff. Now, next episode, we will come back to our GUI and draw our outputs. Drawing the outputs is almost like the drawing inputs. And why did I close it when I say they are almost the same? Where was it? Where was it? Here. It's almost the same, only the numberings are the changed, and instead of finalizing the connection, we are having a process connection or something like that. I don't remember the name. Anyway, it's almost the same, so it's really easy to just, you know, copy paste and then change the name, things, numbers, and after that I will handle the connecting of the nodes, and then after that processing the context menu for the breaking the nodes. Okay, so until next episode, have fun everyone, bye bye.